Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready to have some fun on a Thursday night the best way possible. Welcome to the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. Round 1 here at Laguna Seca, and this is gonna be fantastic. So I hope you got ready, you checked at the door, you got your chips, and you're ready to find yourself a table, whether you're a big fan of blackjack, whether you're rolling through all the cards and willing to try your luck. We're in for a huge time, because here at Laguna Seca, we're going to have a wild race, because PokerBet has come to the fray, come to the top of it. Our title sponsor has gone and made a monster move for our Thursday nights, and many drivers are anticipating. They got excited because last night we watched our RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet Sprint Series go underway at Laguna Seca, and they're going for the prize pool of 100,000 Rand. One of the biggest prize pools in South Africa. I even said it was the biggest prize pool in South Africa sim racing history. PokerBet said, we're going to raise the stakes. And now our Thursdays, the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship has now gone to 150,000 Rand in the form of prizes and PokerBet credits, folks. So you make sure you want to be part. Go and click on the link in the description. But we got qualifying, and I'm going to break down on what exactly is happening, because I found all this information right before coming on air, and I gotta say, I'm so excited. With over 100 drivers entered, we're gonna have a bit of fun. 150,000 Rand put on the line as a prize pool, plus going to really push those stakes forward, to really raise those chips to the top. And see if you guys are going to get lucky, and our drivers are going to have to get lucky. Every race, there is going to be prizes handed out to the winners. Yes, you heard me right. So not only there's the 150,000 Rand prize pool in the form of cash, because cash is king, but also PokerBet credits to really put you to the top of the charts. Every driver is going to be smiling ear to ear on this one, because it is wild stuff. And I can tell you, I am super excited on it. Gotta say, though, I've also clicked on the link and got myself ready, because, oh boy, this is going to be great. But over 100 entries across our Pro, Pro-Am, and Am means that we're in for a race of note. And now we're going to have a bit of fun. So, out on the grid, folks, let's go through our running order, as Tim the cameraman showing us fastest lap so far set by Henry Mayer, our winner for last night, who has walked away with the crown. This time he's come back, got his glasses on, got the poker face all set up, looking to stand at the top of the charts. Daniel Rowe has got himself into the fray. He's lying in third place at the moment, as Brandon Kruger of the Omnius Gaming, and I had to get that right, KSR team, getting into the top spot and knocking out that 121.9, which has been the top of it all. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. Henry Mayer running in second place, Daniel Rowe in third, Bernard Barkhuizen in fourth, Fleming Bauer in fifth, Ryan Barrington Smith in sixth, seventh, Kerry Francel, followed by Werner Schoolman, Tyler Humphries, Dean Nokia, and as Henry Mayer puts himself back on top, he looks to go and make his way forward. Mac van der Merwe did say he's ready to have a bit of fun. Dean Nokia has been improving. But we have so far got 39 entries just into our Pro division, folks. Not counting our Pro-Am and Am that are going and also enjoying the tables and trying out a little bit of Russian roulette with some of our fastest drivers. Daniel Rowe, though, goes and puts an ace down. He puts himself with a 121.6. Incredibly quick lap time. Henry Mayer, though, with a 121.872 is his quickest. Brandon Kruger with a 121.9. Our top three are in the 121s. Fleming Bauer, who's running in fourth place, was surprised to be in third last night. Had a chat to him. He said, well, hold this, because I'm going to go and stand up on the top. I've rolled my luck with PokerBet, and now I am going to do it once again. Scoring those points and going to play it all here tonight. Bernard Barkhuizen coming in and ready to throw away that bad luck, roll the dice, and stand on top of it all. He's lying in 6th place at the moment, 0.2 up on his last lap time. Does jump him up into 2nd place with a 121.8. Our top 5 now into the 121s. Werner Skuman in the Mustang also trying to just bring himself back up to the top. He's in 7th place, 0.2 up on his last lap time. Brandon Kruger along with Duplessis, who managed to put himself into 9th place. Gideon Rayner trying to stand up there as well. So this is going to be a proper charge. But Brandon Kruger is so far the fastest through the sectors as Daniel Rowe puts in a 121.6. Is that going to be enough? Because Brandon Kruger is going to come back swinging, going as deep into the corner as possible, hoping that it's going to be a top run for him. Will he be able to get it across the line? And across the line, does it put him into first? Yes, it does! With a 121.4, Brandon Kruger puts himself at the top spot and now looks to try and move a bit more up. Let's see if he can line himself ready for another one. This is going to be a proper chase. Henry Mayer, a winner, now down into 4th place as Daniel Rowe and Bernard Barkhuizen are not leaving anything up for luck. They are putting it all out there. Henry Mayer, though, 0.4 up on his last lap time. 0.5. This may be enough to put him in first. Can he get it done? Comes across the line, waiting for the timing, and it does. A 121.3 as he launches his way up to the top. So Henry Mayer retaking that top spot. This is going to be a absolutely run to the money. It's gonna be a proper charge for all our runners as they make their way through. This is going to be a right up to the top. Drivers hoping that they can stand onto it all. Neil Balloon trying to make his way through. Fleming Bauer down and into 9th place. 10th is lying with Christoph Peterson. Jude Neville. Mordrake Larsons comes across the line. He improves, get into 9th place as he stands up onto the top of the charts. Now, drivers are getting a sense of what the speeds are, what needs to be done tonight to score those maximum amount of points and to ensure that they stand right to the top of the order. Not going to be an easy one. The drivers are going to have to try figure out how it's going to go, because this time, instead of an all-out shootout where the drivers are going to really start focusing on that high speed, they got to go and think a little bit more tactics. They are going to gamble their chances. They are going to have to stick to the strategy, start watching and see what is going to be played. What cards are in the hands of these drivers? Are the tires going to last? What's your fuel usage? And how long can you take the pressure for before the slip, or whether you're going to stand on top? So our qualifying is at the moment, and the 121 mark has been hit by our top 5, top 6, top 7, top 8, top 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 13 cars in our top 13 all put themselves with a 121. Folks, this is no joke to try and get it done around Laguna Seca. What you're seeing right here is the best of the best coming to the track and ensuring that they go and launch themselves to the top, hoping that they will stand on top of it all. Drivers still trying to get that little bit more laps in. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Still so much to go on. Couple of drivers battling out there. Sean Herrero down at the bottom. He's in 39th position. You got Fafirs, who's in 38th. Keegan Sanderson is sitting in 37th. Ryan Ferree is sitting in 36th. Tianas Buerta in 35th. Kevin Jacobs, Viertia Buerta, Mac van der Merwe, Ryan Heineke, and Brett Krokump trying to get himself up through the lot. But our top 10, top 11, 13 actually trying to get themselves going. But you can see those lap times starting to break down every step of the way. And we do have live timing for you guys. So go and take a look in the description. PokerBet has got you sorted because nothing's better than watching those numbers come down, watching how quick our drivers are going and what's the gaps between it all as they look to stand up and get themselves ahead of the pack. So Bernard Barkhuizen down into 7th place, trying to gain a little bit of time, not having the easy run. He was quickest through the last sector, but unfortunately lost it on the exit. Daniel Rowe into turn 1 a little bit quicker, but seems to be dropping off in pace. The battle seems to be Christoph Peterson, though, in the little Honda. Out of all things, a little Honda into the top 3 is going to be a monumental task to try and get across the line. We do know tires fade off quite quickly here at RACEFACE.PRO. And also in the world of Assetto Corsa Competizione, but he's taking the gamble. He's looking to stand at the top of the charts. It is going to be a monumental run. And this is going to be all okay. Runs it to the fringe of the circuits. Take breath all the way as he goes up towards a corkscrew. Late on the brakes. Still 0.1 up. He's now the fastest through the sector. 3 seconds, 0.3 of a second down this corkscrew. Keeping on the gas. Oh, seems to be losing a bit of time. Not making it up. Exit of the corkscrew did not play into his favor. Trying to reel it back. Got to go late on the brakes. Got to go for that final send as he launches his way into the final corner. Will it be enough, though? On the gas and across the line. Not able to jump out of that 3rd place, but Henry Mayer trying his luck, improving his lap times. Andre Serradio, though, Project Vapor bringing the smoke. They have got all the way themselves up into 2nd place. Ahead of Brandon Kruger, who's now exiting the final corner, getting back onto the gas. Is this going to be enough to launch their way through to the top? Representing the team, representing the driver, and going for that 150,000 Rand. Just couldn't get himself out of 3rd place and got dropped down. Daniel Rowe puts himself into 2nd place. And if you want to talk about a close shave, 0.023 separating him and 1st place. Henry Mayer has gone and given it all he's got. It seems to be holding at the moment. Is it going to be a checkmate at this point in the world of chess? Well, I don't think so. As we learned last night, it isn't over until the checkered flag comes out. The cars are parked on the trailer and the announcements have gone out whether you either got a win, a lose, or a draw. Well, only time will tell, but with qualifying, we're going to see some of the quickest throw out everything they got and utilizing everything that they got in their hand for now. Remember, it's a strategy game. We will have those mandatory pit stops coming in, and that's where it all gets a little bit interesting. We'll break it down in the race because we've got a longer race this time around. We have got our pit stops, a full lap that they need to do behind the pace car to heat up their tires, which means a full lap of conserving fuel, warming up your brakes and tires, and also not damaging your tires when you get ready to go out racing. Who's going to be able to change their tires? That's the next question. Are they going to stay on the same set? We heard last night that they started dropping off when you just keep on that same set here at Laguna Seca because it just wears down properly. Fleming Bauer currently 0.1 up on his lap time. Trying to get into that top 10 once again. Is it going to be enough? 0.2 up. Duplessis, Mordred Claessens, Jude Neville, Neil Bullion, and Bego Krobler are the ones at the top of the order. Is this going to be enough for him to put himself into 7th place? Gets it done. Beautifully launches across the line. Gideon Rayner trying to come back at him. Ryan Barrington-Smith run for the race in the big Mercedes is now trying to get himself to the top. So the Kramadulas Sim Racing now trying to give it everything he's got across the line. Will he increase? No, looks like that top 10 is still going to be 10th place at this point. Bego Krobler comes across the line. Neil Balloon. Jude Neville trying to give it everything he's got. Jason Farmer on the climb. Comes across the line. He's going to be in 16th position. Mac van der Merwe trying to make his way through. He's been properly talking to try and claw through the order. Said, listen, watch out for me. Tomorrow night, I am going to put this Porsche on the top. Well, let's see if he can back it up. Currently lying in 18th position. But I can tell you, Henry Mayer currently matching his fastest lap time. He is in first place. Can he better it before he comes across the line? Qualifying at an end. Drivers have now given it everything they got. Mac van der Merwe comes across the line and still 18th position. Henry Mayer going to come across the line. Is he going to prove a point here in qualifying? And comes across the line, a 121.157. Just not able to beat it because he did a 121.167. Folks, we're going to quickly head back to the commentary box. And we are back here with the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. This is going to be a monster run, folks. And with that sign-up link, you too can win with PokerBet. Down in the description is our affiliate link. Go and copy and paste that. Put it into your browser and be a part of all the amazing times that are happening out on PokerBet. Lots of interesting activities to do. Not only do you get to have the daily runs that you can go and win, but you also have an opportunity to go onto their activities and all the special activities that they have. They tend to run a weird variety of specials that go on where you can win even more with PokerBet. So make sure that you click on the link below, join up with PokerBet and be a part of all the action. So let's go down to the grid and get ready to see everyone lined up, ready to go. And this is going to be monumental. This is going to be wild. Let's go through our grid for the PokerBet GT3 Championship, powered by RaceFace. Henry Mayer out in first place. Daniel Rowe in second place. Andre Serradio, Brandon Kruger, Christoph Peterson, Bernard Barkhuizen, Fleming Bauer, Gideon Rayner, Ryan Barrington-Smith, Rian for the race, Bego Krobler, Neil Bullion, along with Jude Neville, Mildred Claessens, Quentin Duplessis, Jason Farmer, Maeth Musa, Mac van der Merwe, Daniel, the Hitman de Villiers, along with Werner Skuman in the Mustang, lying in 20th position. Kerry van Zale in 21st, followed by Paul Fenter, Connor Bergstrom, Chris Heineke, Ruben Heineke, along with Tyler Humphreys, Dean Nokia, Darren Miller, Jaco Kutzer, Vietia Buerta, Eric Kirstein, Ruben Kleinans, Brett Kokamp, and Tianas Buerta in 34th, 35th, Jan Verveers, Kevin Jacobs, Ryan Ferree, Keegan Sanderson, and Sean Larera, rounding out our field here tonight for our Pro Division. Yes, you heard me right. Pro Division. There is a Pro-Am and there is an Am Division that are racing at the exact same time. Well over 100 competitors are lined up on a Thursday evening for that grand prize. In the prize pool, 150,000 Rand of cash and PokerBet credits. My heaven, this is the biggest in South Africa sim racing history in terms of prize pools, and it is right here at RaceFace.pro. Gonna be a monster one here, and we can see it all. Jean-Ray Buerta going and saying seriously competitive tonight. Very impressive, but he's going to give it everything he's got. Into the gamble, going saying, go Jason Farmer, my boy. Wafty Waffles in there. Martinez going and saying it's going to be a proper run. Dino saying there is a little bit of problems he's happening and not having the best of time. So a little bit of frames dropped. And I think that is because of the massive field that is currently going on to. And this is going to be interesting. Henry Mayer, Daniel Rowe. Now, let me explain the rules of engagement here. So, we got a pit window of 10 minutes. It will open. Means pits will open in 10 minutes. You have to then only pit after 10 minutes of racing. It will close 10 minutes before the end of the race. Doesn't give you a lot of time because now you've got an hour to only get that pit stop done and dusted. Not only just one pit stop. You got 2 pit stops to go through. And the only way that you're going to be able to get that done is you're going to have to, put 1 liter of fuel in the tank, jacked up on the stands. Drops you down and goes. You don't have to change tires, but you have to ensure that you're perfectly aligned in the box. It'll have a red square where you got to line up. If you off center, it'll jack you up. move you into position, put you down, jack you back up. That does not count as a pit stop. So that is going to weigh on the drivers. Hopefully they've been practicing their pit stops because it is make or break in the pits. What are going to be the strategies? Who's got the ace up their sleeve? Who's going to play that wild joker? And who is going to hold the kings and queens come the end of this? Because we all got to say it's going to be amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we're talking about that, get ready to shout, get ready to scream, get ready to support, and show your Queen of Hearts, all of them that are in your deck, for all our drivers, for all our teams, because they're about to go into a monumental race right now for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship Round 1 at Laguna Seca. Staring at the final corner, 70 kilometers an hour. Back it off, warm those tires, and get ready to go. Henry Mayer, who won it last night, needs to do it again with Daniel Rowe looking to stand up and verse him. It is going to be all at the table. There is no safe bets at the moment. This is all high stakes for our pro division. Lights on, Jim on the lights. He's getting ready to go. Jim to you, and away they go, launching themselves across the line, and we are racing, baby, as Henry Mayer down into first place, tries to defend the inside line, getting it all swept in, launching his way through. Now needs to keep up the momentum ahead of Daniel Rowe, who's dropped out. Brandon Kruger is up into second place, along with Gideon Rayner. It does look like a bit of carnage has gone on towards the back. Andre Serradio survived the battle. Christoph Peterson doing everything he can. And Rem for the race fighting his way through with the likes of Mac van der Merwe stuck on the outside, switches to the inside as there has been carnage in lap 1. Yellow flags ablaze. So we're going to go back a couple of seconds and see what happened there because, oh, there is it all behind. Everyone having to take all sorts of maneuvers. Fleming Bauer was part of it. Bego Krobler was part of it. Daniel Rowe, oh man, into turn 1. Everyone got too unsettled. And, oh, another little twist round. So, drivers not having the greatest of starts at the moment. Nerves getting to them. And now trying to pull their way back into this race. But it is a long race. That being said, Bego Krobler, he is in 7th position at the moment, getting chased down by Mac van der Merwe, who is right onto the back of him. Ryan Barrington-Smith in charge and lying in 9th place. Jason Farmer trying to move up. Jude Neville, who is getting chased down by his teammate. Neil, who looks around the outside, getting caught out. Mahath Musa is going to go for a deep send in the big purple machine. Goes for the pass, launches it, gets it done and dusted on the Ferrari 296. He took the gamble and launched his way through. Neil now getting sucked in by Connor Bergstrom, who is looking to really do everything he can, laying onto the nitro, but getting chased down by former teammate Clary Van Zale on the back of him. So absolutely incredible stuff there. Werner Skuman getting sucked into the battle with Duplessis. So Duplessis now on the defense, holding back Dean Nokia, who's looking around the outside, couldn't get it done and dusted, backs out of the fight. And now we'll follow the tow all the way through with Duplessis going very, very defensive at the moment. Everyone seeing what they can do, trying to get themselves settled down after a chaotic start. But there has been some major, major winners with all that being said. Unfortunately, Daniel Rowe, though, not having the win that he wanted, down into 33rd position. Paul Fenter trying to make his way past. He is stuck between a hybrid racing sandwich with Daniel Rowe right behind him and Tianas Buerta coming at him, looking left, right, and center, trying to move his way through. So, Henry Mayer up into the top of the charts, now needs to stand on the gas and do everything he can as they launch their way through. Brandon Kruger lying in 2nd place. Gideon Rayner in 3rd. Andre Serradio running in 4th. 5th, Christoph Peterson with a major climb. Ruben van der Race, Bego Krobler, Mac van der Merwe, Ryan Barrington-Smith trying to close down on him. Will be following suit. Then we've got Jason Farmer, Jude Neville, Mahath Musa trying to make up a bit of time. Neil Bloom along with Conor Bergstrom, Kerry Funzel in 15th. 16th is Werner Skuman, and Duplessis running in 17th with that damage on the front. You can see it bouncing up and down, not having an easy time out there. Dean Nokia down in 18th. 19th, Yako Kutsu is immediately onto the back of him. Looks to the inside line, can't get it done and dusted. Has to wait it out and draw another card at this point. Thinking about the long game here. 1 hour and 16 minutes of racing to go, and still 2 mandatory pit stops with a couple of drivers doing those pit stops. Daniel Rowe went in and out of the pits, and he unfortunately didn't quite get on the jack, so that is not going to play into his favor. Pit stop window not open as yet. Darren Miller got caught out at the start, and Bernard Barkhuizen caught out at the start. They have done an extra pit stop in this race. Another bit of contact happening for the 1-2-1 car, who took the gamble. Keegan Sanderson tries his luck for the Angry Racing team. Unfortunately, was a little bit too angry. Goes around the outside, goes for the pass. Second guesses it. Oh, you can't go and second guess the thought. Little bit of contact there. He does bring it all back, but unfortunately, a massive loss of time. You can never tip your hand too early. You have to be sure whether you want to go for it or not. Otherwise, you are going to have all the players raising an eyebrow, seeing what you got. And unfortunately, that takes out everything that you know. Rian for the race, though. He's going and losing out a bit of a position to Mac van der Merwe, who gets past done. Ryan Berg-Smith immediately onto the back of him, looking to capitalize at this moment as a big Mercedes, now a little bit of a walking wounded, trying to make his way through. And you can see Ryan not pushing as hard. He's going to try and keep those tires alive. Looks to the outside. That is going to bottle up from the race, who goes to the middle of the circuit, tries to bring it back across. Can't get the pass done as yet. So Ryan's going to have to wait it out with Van der Race. Just keeping it nice and consistent. Heading into turn 1. Going to look for the inside. Tips his hand. Lays it all out on the table. Gets the pass done. Says thank you very much, Van der Race. So going and losing out even more time there as Jason Farmer immediately gets onto his tail. Jason Farmer has got the likes of Jude Neville completely all over the back of him. So it is going to be a proper charge. Jude Neville looking inside, looking outside. Can't wait it out just as yet. Trying to figure out what's going to be the most appropriate time. Oh, very late to the brakes. He tried for a look. It all changed underneath him. And now he's going to have to play the game all over again. Not going to take to that slot machine. The one-armed bandit is not available right now. Please try again later as he tries it into the corkscrew. Not having an easy time there. Couldn't quite get it all done and dusted. Mahiath Musa immediately closes up on that gap. Also, another little fight. Conor Bergstrom with Kerry Funzel chasing him down as they battle it out. And do not forget, Duplessis and Skuman are also in a huge fight with Dean Nokia immediately onto the back of him. Fastest lap time of the race being set by Henry Mayer, though. And he is looking to walk away with all on the cards, as he's already opened up a 2.2 second gap to second place. But third place, Gideon Rayner still carrying everything he can. Jude Neville, very late to the brakes. Oh, huge send. Thought that he had it all. Looked for that full house. Unfortunately, it did not work to his hand. And has to now try and make up a bit of time. That did help out Mahiath Musa a huge amount as he launches his way through. But back up to the top, though. We do see Gideon Rayner onto the back of Brandon Kruger. The two teammates are now going to work it out. They're going to see what is going to be the best benefit for them as they launch their way through. Taking a look to our virtual grandstands, though, because you guys are enjoying the VIP stands brought to you by PokerBet, and it's absolutely phenomenal. We've got Tristan Herbst going and saying, let's go Omnius Gaming, and he's hoping that they will keep up a good charge. But we do have yellow flag situation for the 118. That is Kerry Funzel in the BMW, who lost out a lot of time here. Did the rear snap out underneath him, pushing a little bit too hard. Looks to the outside, dropped a wheel on the dirt. There she goes, over the curb, round and round she goes. Huge tank slapper, amazing points. If this was Fast and Furious, it would have been great. But unfortunately, all that you got was a Fast and Furious off into the dirt. Werner Skuman, Dean Nokia, and Jaco Kutzer are fighting it out as a three-way duke between the McLaren, the BMW, and the Ford Mustang here at Laguna Seca for 16th, 17th, and 18th position as they launch their way through. Werner Skuman early on the brakes, trying to take that inside line, hogging the inside, not going to let it go. Dean Nokia going and battling out against Jaco Kutzer, who's constantly putting his nose in, trying to see where he can get that pass done and dusted. Keeping the toe. Jaco trying to chase him down. Will need to focus on the battle at hand. Launching to go on the attack. Fifth gear, fourth, third, second. Carry the momentum through. Feeding on the throttle. Not to go and just stomp it and have the rear slip out underneath him. He's going to try and maintain as close as he can into the corkscrew. You can see second guessing on that steering wheel. Trying to battle the car back into submission as they make their way around. But up towards the top of the field, though, change of position. Brandon Kruger, who is trying to make his way through. Gideon Reyna running and trying to launch his way around. But Henry Mayer, who had it all in the cards, the number 99, unfortunately, went and lost out his bet. Took the gamble, had all the cards on the table, maintaining the gap, pressure getting to him, sweat rolling down the brow. Drops the wheel on the dirt, gets a tank slapper, brings it back. Oh, avoids the wall bet. 1, 2, and unfortunately, he's down into 3. Now immediately having a problem with Andre Sorodio constantly on the back of him. So Sorodio is going to try and go for a pass. Gideon Reyna moves up ahead of Brandon Kruger under braking. So now the two teams are going and pulling each other along. Going and seeing whether they can make it or break it. Playing the team game here. It's all about the long stint. Pit window is now officially open, folks. That means it's time for pit stop frenzy because we got 59 minutes to get 2 pit stops done and dusted, which means a mandatory. First, you're going to be adding a little bit of fuel, splash and dash to get yourself going. The second one is going to be about putting everything you can towards getting yourself across the line. Oh, we got to spin the teammates. Gideon Reyna and Brandon Kruger under braking had it coming together. The teammates have taken each other out into the final corner. Talk about you had the deck stacked for you. Unfortunately, momentum came into play. Gideon Reyna under brakes, gets punted from the rear by his teammate and gets twisted around. Brandon Kruger will be getting ahead of him. I know Tristan Hoops has now just gone and thrown his cards on the table. That is not a royal flush. He is now going back to the pits and saying, guys, please, let's talk about this. The momentum we had. But that does promote Henry Mayer back into first place. But the action is not broken away yet. Andre Sorodio is sitting in the back. He's got the cards. He's looking to play the Joker. Christoph Peterson, the only Honda in the pro field and being the rose in everyone's eye, is up into third place. Brandon Kruger, Gideon Reyna running in 4th and 5th position, trying to make up a bit of time. Bago Krobler in 6th, 7th place. Mac van der Merwe, Ryan Barrington-Smith, round for the race. Jason Farmer, Mahayath Musa trying his like to move his way forward, and Jude Neville trying to make up a bit of time. Moving up, 13th position, Neil Boulogne, along with Quentin Duplessis, Werner Skuman, Jaco Kutzer, Harry Van Zeel for Fears is running at 18th, Sean Lerrero 19th, 20th is Kevin Jacobs, along with Tyler Humphreys, who's getting pressure on the back from the hitman, Daniel De Villiers, Ruan Ferreira, Ruan Ferreira running in 23rd, 24th, Fleming Bauer, Mordred Claessens is off. Oh, and there's second contact, Vietia Buerta and Brett Kokamp going and having a bit of a contact with one another, and that is going to help Chris Heineke to move up as he looks to get into that 27th position now with Vietia Buerta just ahead of him. So Vietia getting called out into an absolutely launch to a huge run. Dean Nokia into 30th position, Daniel Rowe in 31st, but bear in mind, holds the fastest lap time to date in the race. A 1:21.8 is his lap time. But remember, he did have the damage at the start. He did pit early. And unfortunately, that means he is down a pit stop to everyone else as they had to do 3. Tyler Humphries looking to try go on the inside of Daniel Hitman de Villiers. Couldn't get it done. The Hitman knows exactly how to play his cards and when he is going to strike it down, with Daniel out towards the top of the field, working it out with the mathematicians in the team of the PWSR. And I can already see Alan Patterson going and having a monumental run of working it all out towards the top. He's trying to figure out what's going to work. Werner Skuman, though. Oh, that is a Mustang. That is a pony that is not going to cross the line and going to need some major, major work. Unfortunately, that racehorse is going to need to go back to the stable. Mac van der Merwe has got Ryan Barrington-Smith onto the back of him. 7th and 8th position are chasing down. But that is not an ideal situation for the Mustang. Let's go and take a look at the 433 of Werner Skuman in the Mustang. Corkscrew, all fine. Launching his way through. Can he carry the momentum? Is it a dropper wheel on the dirt on the outside? Oh, just a snap oversteer. Tries to bring it back, locking the brakes, and thump into the wall. That is a steed that is back at the stable, needing repairs. Ryan Barrington-Smith looking on the inside, tries to work his way through the corkscrew, couldn't get the pass down. Mac van der Merwe is going to keep up the pace. Rian van der Race is another one to keep an eye out for, as he's trying everything he can to close down the gap between them. He's 7th, 8th, and 9th position. Altogether, another bit of problems going on for the number 14 car, and that is Sean Verfiers, who lost out a bit of time. Let's jump quickly to him. This is the racing hybrid, the hybrid racing BMW, getting a bit of pressure on by one of the Mustangs. Late on the brakes. Oh, jumped over the curb, and that's all she wrote. Able to bring it back onto the track, but pulled the trigger a little bit too late on the battle. This is going to be a monumental run. Lots and lots of chatter, hearing what's going on, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy run. Lots of drivers hoping that they can ensure they stand on the top. Remember, massive, massive prize pool on the line for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. PokerBet raising the stakes, putting all the chips on the table, and said, well, last night you said we've got the most in terms of the top prize pool in South Africa for sim racing with 100,000 Rand. We're going to raise the stakes this time around. They had a bit of a chat and they said, right, let's raise it to 150 and let the drivers work it out from there. 150,000 Rand in cash, some hard money to go into the pockets, and also PokerBet credits to not only go and win even more on top of that, which is just mind-blowing. And you guys can also get the win if you use the affiliate link down in the description. Click on the link or copy it over to your browser and be a part of the PokerBet amazing run and jumping into the world of sim racing. Live timing is also brought to you by PokerBet, so you can keep up to date with everything. I'm going to see an absolutely monumental run. Just a bit of an interesting chat, though, from Alan Patterson, who says he is nowhere near PWSR at the moment. He's taking a much-needed break for the time, which, fair enough. Alan Patterson has been at the game for quite some time, putting faith into the drivers, saying, guys, go and give it everything you got. Daniel de Villiers, though, is holding the cards on that. He is ensuring that he keeps the team happy, representing the brand, and now looking to close down as Kevin Jacobs, unfortunately, now losing out a lot of time. The hashtag Kevin Bilstein car going and losing out a little bit of time, touching the dirt, will suddenly have de Villiers all over the back of him, and he's pulling along for Fears as well. So this is going to be a proper close down with Jacobs watching his mirrors. You can see Daniel de Villiers starting to edge his way through, feeling out the competition, trying to see what's going to be their advantage here. Gets to drive down the corkscrew, trying to go for the inside line, is going to go late on the brakes, hits it on the apex, just couldn't get the pass done. Kevin runs it out as wide as he can, keeping on the gas. Now Daniel de Villiers is going to send that Lamborghini all the way up on the inside. The big bull showing its horns, gets the pass done, and now needs to stand on the gas as hard as possible as Kevin has got the run on him from the final corner. Keeping in the slipstream, looking towards the outside line. Gonna go late on the brakes into turn 2, because turn 1 is that little left-hander just before, because it's 15 degrees turn angle. There's something you don't know. It is in the world of FIA. If you're turning 15 degrees or more, that counts as a corner. But our drivers are fighting it out, because remember, it's not only the championship that they're concerned about. We are going to be handing away prizes every single race for the championship. 8 rounds means 8 prizes. 8 winners have an opportunity to really go and stand in to win some extra bucks in the pockets and be a part of the PokerBet winning side of the family. And this is going to be an absolutely amazing opportunity. And as said, you guys as spectators can be a part of it. Interesting enough, Bullion into the pits now. He's getting his pit stop done and dusted. He will be watching the likes of not even Daniel Rowe. He's going to be watching the likes of Dean Nokia, who has completed his first pit stop and now needs to only do one more. Dean has only done a splash and dash, well, roughly. He's did 17.9 seconds in the box, which means he has done only a bit of a refuel. And Miller, Thriller Miller, is not having a thrilling time. Has got a stop-go 30-second penalty, so he's having to get that served underway after getting both pit stops sorted out. That's going to chuck him further down the order. Fleming Bauer gets on the inside of Jacobs, gets a pass done and dusted the BMW. A little bit outmatched by the McLaren's rotation through turn 1. Trying to come back at him, though. Not having an easy time here. For Fears is just watching cars start to blast off and get away from him. Interesting fight, though. 3rd and 4th as Brandon Kruger tries to go on the inside of Christoph, who loses out a bit of time. Oh, boy. Andre Serradio and Christoph, just as we were talking about it, had a bit of contact. Let's go to Tim in the helicam as he flies to the sky, and let's see how it's all going to go. Alan busy going and saying, oh no, maybe Thriller Miller needing a little bit of that holiday, Alan. Late on the brakes. Serradio tries to bring it in. Oh, rear contact. Now, unfortunately, Chris going and losing out that little bit of time to Andre Serradio and Brandon Kruger, who, well, Brandon getting off lucky there. Christoph played it out. All looked to be okay, but Neil goes and changes that all the way around. So, Andre Serradio in 2nd place has got Brandon Kruger looking up on his inside. Brandon Kruger trying to make up some time after the earlier contact in the race where the 2 teammates that were running 1st and 2nd at the time, unfortunately, had contact with one another, both not really knowing what they could do. And, well, in the case of Uno, it's pretty much like pulling that +4, but forgetting which way you're going around the table. And unfortunately, your best friend was sitting next to you. So it's time to make up some ground. And Tristan's going to be definitely chatting to the driver saying, guys, it's time to make it or break it. As he launches up on the inside, Serradio stuck on the outside, trying to get on the power side by side as they go. Battling out for 2nd position. Into turn 1 is Brandon Kruger. Trying his luck. He's going to hold the advantage here. Serradio going to go around the outside. Wing mirror to wing mirror. Serradio, unfortunately, could not go for the apex. Pushed out wide. Had to come off the throttle just a little bit too much. Brandon Kruger immediately getting that pass done. But don't count out Serradio just as yet. He's looking to get back into that toe as quick as he can through turn 3, turn 4. And now heading up towards turn 5. It's going to be late on the brakes. Unfortunately, not very good passing zone. So you're going to have to follow the momentum through and just make sure you don't scrub those tires. It's 25 degrees out there. Track temperature, nice and sunny day for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet. The best time to go and take the table outside and make sure that you're at the high stakes table. Don't play safe bets here. You've got to really risk it for the biscuit if you want to ensure that you're at the top of the running pack. And Henry May at the moment has opened up a 9-second gap after losing out a lot of time. But we do see yellow flags for the number 14 car, as that is for Fears, who tried making his way through. This is into turn 2, late on the brakes. goes for the apex, all looking okay, running out a little bit wide, a little bit on the marbles, and there's the snap, and bam, into the wall. That is not ideal situations for the BMW, going and rearranging that nose, where it's going to need a fair amount of work done to it. Gideon Rayner, interesting enough, into the pit, so he's getting it done and dusted. Chris Heineke making his way around the track, has got Vietia Burta immediately keeping on the pressure of him. Darren Miller, though, still in the pits as he waits it out. Connor Bergstrom, though, dropping off a circuit. He's lost it. So Darren Miller still in the pits. He served his 30-second penalty. No, Darren. No. That cannot be the case. Thriller Miller needs to get back out there and get racing. He needs to circulate. It can't go down like this. Alan, I know you are watching. And I know you got Darren Thriller Miller's number. This is a shout out to him. It cannot end like this. We've seen it too many times before, and he has stuck it in for the final fights. Please, please, please tell him to come back to the table. Even though he's not at the front, he's not at the winning table, there's still a lot to go for. There's prizes on the line for the grid. There is also points, valuable points that can help him out in the championship. So, that being said, I think he's a little bit demotivated. I think he's wondering that he is all checked out, that there is nothing more to play. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to everyone out there in the virtual grandstands, and I can see you guys cheering. I can see you shouting from the rooftops, and I am going to ask that favor, because if you haven't been part of RACEFACE.PRO, if you have never seen me on air, well, you're about to see it all, because we don't want to see the guys have quit. We want to see them get back out on track. So, show the love to Thriller Miller. Let's let him know. Hashtag PokerBet. Get back out there, Miller. So I want to see that. Get back out there, Miller, for everyone to cheer. Go and send it out on the virtual grandstands. Let him know. Shout it out proud. And for anyone that has his phone number, for anyone that has him on Discord, send him messages. Let him know that we want him back on the grid. Zero quits. Thriller Miller cannot go down like this. And many of our drivers have been battling it out, who unfortunately retired their cars, still have an opportunity to get back in and racing. I want to see every single one of those drivers get back in that have started this race. It is round one. There is the biggest prize pool in sim racing in South African history. This is gonna be a proper run. So ensure that you get back out there. So let's go through our running order at the moment, because we have left out some amazing action on, well, we've seen some amazing action on track, but let's go and take a look at our current standings, because we left that out. It is Henry Mayer out in first place, Brandon Kruger in second place, followed by Andre Saradio, Bago Krobler running in fourth, Christoph Peterson, Mac van der Merwe, Ryan Barrington-Smith, Mahiath Musa, Rian van der Race chasing him down in 9th place. 10th is Jason Farmer, Quinn Duplessis, along with Jaco Kotzer, Kerry van Zale, Gideon Rayner, along with Fleming Bauer, Daniel the Hitman de Villiers, Brett Krokamp, Tianus Burtzer, Daniel Rowe up into 19th position. Remember, he was down in 30th. Vietia Burta in 20th, along with 21st, Sean Larera, followed by Dean Nokia, Jude Neville, Chris Heineke now into the pits. That means it is going to help out the likes of Ruan Kleinans to move up. Ryan Farid also getting that little bit of climb, as Chris Heineke only leaving the pits now to try and maintain. He's not going to be able to do it through turn one, so he will lose out another couple of positions. Conor Bergstrom comes to cross the line in 27th with the likes of Ruan Heineke, who is going to be jumping up into 28th, 29th. Kevin Jacobs, Jean Fafiers, along with Paul the Wall Fenter, jumps up into 30th. Sean Fafiers into 31st. Keenan Sanderson, Werner Schumann, Tyler Humphries in 34th. 35th, Bernard Barkhazen with Eric Curson in 36th. Oh, I see Thriller Miller disconnected. No. I am not going to take that. Not lying down at all. I want to see everyone get back up to the tables because it is going to be monumental, and we have to see it out there. Ruan Kleinans has got Chris Haneke all over the back of him, and don't count out that big Mustang of that is the BMW of Rian Free going and battling his way out there. So proper running as our drivers make their way around the track. Everyone needing to gain a little bit of time here. Ryan Smith onto the back of Mac van der Merwe, looking for the inside line, looking for the outside. Couldn't get the pass done. Hunting for that 6th position. At the moment, though, Gideon Reyna is in 14th. Remember, he's taken the gamble of an early pit stop compared to the rest of the field. He is in a net first place, as Alan always loves to say. Net first place, Gideon Reyna, and that's going to be the bar that everyone's watching when they go for their pit stops of how is this going to work out. Gideon Reyna did a splash and dash of 9 seconds, though, as he looks to launch his way up to the top. Trying to play the early game here, working out what's going to be the most advantageous throughout it all. And that is going to be a monumental charge for him to try and make up a fair amount of time. Daniel Rowe, though, has made up a lot of time, but he is 1 extra pit stop compared to the rest of the field. Sean Lerero, down in 20th position, is now looking to make up the climb in the big Ford Mustang. The Griffin Sim Racing team going and carrying Vietia Buerta and Dean Nokia right on the back of him. Dean, who said that he is battling with frames at the moment, now trying to get onto the back of Vietia Buerta, and Sean Lerero trying to come back home. Duplessis going and losing out a bit of time, dropping a wheel off on the dirt, now going and making a bit of a recovery, but is right behind the likes. That would be Paul the Wolf Enter that's ahead of him, that he's trying to make up some time to. So, back up to our fight into the top 10. Mac van der Merwe and Ryan Barrington-Smith still doing everything that they can to go for 39 minutes till that pit window closes. And this is going to be a proper charge to it all. Round for the race, trying to make his way around. Unfortunately, having a bit of a rough time out there with connection issues. Henry Mayer out in first place has checked out of the fight, 8.5 seconds ahead of Brandon Kruger. So Brandon Kruger has made up a fair amount of time. He's actually closed up about 1.5 seconds to Henry Mayer. Andre Serradio stuck in a bit of traffic. Bego Krobler, we haven't spoken much about the Hybrid Racing Pro 1, is now up into 4th place as he looks to close up the gap. Christoph Peterson, Mac van der Merwe, and Ryan Barrington-Smith still close to one another. But because we're all about the numbers game here, we try working out what everyone's got. Let's take a look at how the gains have been here tonight. And honestly, for the PokerBet house, this is going to be a monumental one to see the drivers getting so many gains. Couple of drivers not having an easiest of race, but still sticking out there. So, Henry Mayer is exactly where he started. Brandon Kruger up 2. Andre Serradio staying where he is. Bego Krobler up 7. Christoph Peterson is exactly where he started. Mac van der Merwe up 12 positions from where he started. Started down in 18th. He is now up into 6th place. Ryan Barrington-Smith up 2 positions. Mahath Musa up 9. Rian for the race up 1. Jason Farmer up 6. Gerry van Zyl up 10. Jaco Kutzer up 17, started in 29th, and now is up into 12th place. Gideon Reyna a little bit down. He's down 5, along with Fleming Bauer down 7. Daniel de Villiers up 4. Tianis Buerta up 18. Daniel Rowe down 15. Sean Herrera up 21. Dean Nokia up 8. Vietia Buerta up 10. Jude Neville down 8. Ron Ferrari is up 15. Duplessis down 8. Ruan Heineke up 1 position. Paul Fenter down 3. Kevin Jacobs up 10. Brett Kokamp up 6. Werner Skuman down 8. Keegan Sanderson down 8. Werner Skuman down 8. Keegan Sanderson up 9. Tyler Humphreys down 4. Bernard Barkhuizen down 25 from the start. For Fears up 3. Conor Bergstrom down 10. Rowan Kleinans down 2. Eric Kirstein down 4 from the start of the race. So that is currently the gains and losses that our drivers have had during the course of this race. And now we start getting to that later stage where drivers are starting to work out, feeling each other out. They have drawn the cards. The dealer has put it all on the table. And now it's who's going to call the hit, who's going to lay down the charge, who is going to fold in the final 46 minutes of the race. Lorero keeping ahead of Dino Kia as they fight their way through. Also, one of the closest fights out on track, Virtua Buerta and Jude Neville. Because at the moment, we have got 3 fights that are within 0.3 of a second, folks. And you heard me right. 0.3 of a second between each other. Mac van der Merwe, Ryan Barrington-Smith still giving it everything it got. And Ryan not having an easy time out there. But we do love to hear the V8. So on board with the Aston Martin as it sings its beautiful music. Chasing down the Porsche 911. Sorry, that is the 992 GT3R that came out. Got to get that one right. It's not the 911, it's the 992 and not the 991, which was its predecessor before 992 came out. That's a little bit more stable. Mac van der Merwe, though, will be having a bit of a problem because if you take a look off the back of his car, there is Ryan Barrington-Smith. As you can hear the whine coming off the diff of that Porsche. Down the gear, screaming to the world, saying, I am here. Ryan Barrington-Smith closing up, under braking, tries to make up a bit of time. Yellow flags, though, getting waved for the 722 car of Tiernus Buerta, who unfortunately looks like he went for a bit of a slide. Got caught out and now needs to work his way back up through the field. Absolutely tremendous stuff. Oh, into the dirt. And now that is going to be a bit of a climb to try and get it back up to the top. Not ideal situations for Tiernus Buerta, but he's going to have to battle it out as he makes his way through. So, a couple of things that we need to go and take a look at because we have got the prizes that are being handed out every single race to our drivers, which is monumental. But you can keep up to date with that, going and taking a look at all the social medias, and even PokerBet is going to be smiling with the big slide that Ryan Barrington-Smith just had. Mayath Musa is going to be smiling even more as he's closed down. Ryan has now hurt those rear tires. Mayath Musa onto the back of him will close down and looking to roll the dice at this point because he is closer than ever, and knowing that likes of Ryan has just hurt those rear tires. But I do want to reiterate, Gideon Reyna is into 12th position and he has done his first mandatory stop. So don't count him out of the race just as yet. He's still got a lot on the cards here, and maybe the joker in the deck that no one is going and having a tough time. Oh man, this is going to be a proper run. Taking a look, though, if you want to keep up to date with all the social media going on, keep an eye out on Instagram at PokerBet SA and also on X at PokerBet SA. And don't forget to go to Facebook and take a look at PokerBet.sa because it is going to be an awesome time. They're going to be handing out the prizes and they can let you know of what's happening out on PokerBet for some amazing opportunities, awesome events to get behind, and also going and winning those valuable PokerBet credits that not only is going to help you out, but can put some money back into your pocket to come and enjoy. And I know our sim racers have clicked on that affiliate link. They have signed up, become part of it to ensure that they stand a chance not only to win the prizes, not only to be part of the biggest prize pool in South African sim racing history of 150,000 Rand, brought to you by a title sponsor, but at the same time looking to go and have an awesome chance to score extra before the end of the year. So don't count that out. Mayath Musa coming in and out of the pits. That's going to put him into 11th position. He loses out to Gideon Reyna, though, who puts himself up towards the top. So not an easy time out there. So Gideon Reyna trying to work his way back. The Omnius Gaming Evo car looking to bleed green at the moment, is on a monumental charge, and you can be sure has got the red mist right down that visor, trying to close down on the rest of the field. Not gonna be an easy time, but sometimes it just needs a bit of time to put it in a hot seat. Putting that driver into the hot seat, having you guessing, working it out, that little bit of a loss may be the downer, but you could switch it around. You can use it as motivation, gain that valuable seconds back. The strategy's changed, but maybe that's what's just needed to put him up towards the top. Who knows? Who will find out? Well, the only time we're going to find out is in 40 minutes and 55 seconds. But do not forget, we still have that mandatory pit stop of 30 minutes and 48 seconds that the drivers have to get not one, but 2 pit stops done and dusted. And Gideon Reyna down in 11th position, Mahath Musa in 12th, have both done their first one. Daniel Rowe still needs to go and do his first mandatory pit stop, but everyone that has done their pit stops, well, interesting enough, holding a bit of cards in the deck, going and working out what's going to be the first of everyone that's done their pit stops is Duplessis. Second to that is Sean Herrera, followed by Farid, Conor Bergstrom, Fafirs, Brett Crocombe, Eric Kirstein, and Ruan Kleinans have got their stops done and dusted. Have they taken the opportunity to go for an earlier stop to make up as much time? Or is the double stacking going to be a loss? Because taking a look, now this is a number game. We are going to really roll the bandit at this point. 28.6 seconds is the time from entry to exit as our drivers make their way through. Andre Sorodio taking first place. Bagel Krobler up into second. Henry Mayer has pitted, so he's into the pits. Gustav Peterson's into the pits. Brandon Kruger is into the pits. So everyone's starting to get those dives in at the moment, trying not to lose too much time. But Andre Sorodio, Bego Krobler, and Mac van der Merwe saying, listen guys, we're going to stick it out a little bit longer. We're going to move ourselves up through the order here. We're going to play the cards. We're going to roll the dice and see where it all comes up. That overcut may be the advantage that's needed versus the undercut. But Gideon Reyna is up into 4th place. A driver that was leading the race, got twisted around by his own teammate, is now leading in a net first place with Mahath Musa running in 5th, and you have got Henry Mayer in 6th place. So, interesting cards have been rolled, and what was an unfortunate incident has just turned into a really good opportunity to score the points, score the prize, and also the bragging rights to say, hey, even when I had to fold, I'm coming back with everything I've got. So this is going to be an interesting one. Mac van der Merwe pulling into the pits though, so he's going to lose out that position unless he is able to make up a bit of time. Henry Mayer though, let's talk about what's gone on here, has done a pit stop. Not only that it's been a refuel, he's also stopped to put tires on. So did Brandon Kruger. They've stuck a new set of tires on. Gideon Reyna is a splash and dash. Mahath Musa is a splash and dash. Gideon Reyna into the pits to try and get it done and dusted. Kerry Van Zyl, though, not smiling as he's got 30 seconds added to his time, and now will be going and looking at that saying, not my most ideal situations, but that's what I've been dealt with. How do you get a stop-go 30-second penalty? Oh, that's quite easy. Getting off the pit limiter too early and speeding in the pits, because we got our traffic cop there with our speed gun and he is not afraid to hand out those fines. 30 seconds is an absolute youch to have on your time and will go and impact the race. Bego Krobler trying to go for a later stop. 27 minutes to get it all in the box and get it done and dusted. Remember, all these drivers still have so much time. Gideon Reyna is currently in a net first place as he is ahead of Duplessis in terms of everyone that has completed their mandatory pit stops. So Gideon Reyna needs to really give it everything he's got, but he has to get past Jason Farmer, who we know is a super defensive driver. to go and hold his spot. So Jason Farmer's not going to lose a bit of time here. Run for the race, trying to close down on Jude Neville as he makes his way through. Dean Nokia, who is trying to prove himself here in the world of ACC and has done so. This is going to be a proper run. Ryan Barrington-Smith in 9th position. Mac van der Merwe in 8th. Christoph Peterson in 7th. Daniel Rowe in 6th. Brandon Kruger lying in 5th. Henry Mayer in 4th. Myers Musa in 3rd. Bego Krobler in 2. And Andre Sorodio standing at the top at the moment, lying in 1st place. Bego Krobler and Andre Sorodio, though, unfortunately, they've still got 2 pit stops to go in this fight, and that is going to drop him down. Daniel Rowe, who's made up so much time from 30th all the way to 6th, is going to have to double stack his pit stops here. That is not going to be to his win, and unfortunately is going to lose out. So Bego Krobler is the first one to pull the trigger, and he gets into the pits to get done and dusted. The first of the 2 stops, 25 minutes on the clock. How late are they going to leave it till the final call is done? Till that final bell rings, it is all or nothing. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to play a little bit of a game here in the grandstands. Who do you think is going to get the top of the charts? Who do you think is going to get the win this evening and walk away with the PokerBet prize and maximum points for round 1 here at Laguna Seca for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship? So that is going to be a shout out to you guys, and testing our crowd on whether they're willing to take the chance. Are they willing to go and shout it out? Well, I think so. We have got some of the most amazing spectators here at RACEFACE.PRO, and I know that every single person is looking to have their voices heard. So this is a call. Martinez, Bernard, Alan, Wafty Waffles, Tristan Herbs. I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think is going to be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd? Time for you guys to roll the dice and gamble on who it's going to be, because we're going to see who's going to launch their way up to the top and who's going to be able to walk away with the prizes. Jude Neville gets boss on Rian van der Race, now trying to make up some time. Van der Race losing out a little bit of time into turn 1. Brandon Kruger, unfortunately, Brandon Kruger has got a connection issue. Kruger has got a massive connection issue. Wafty Waffle saying Gideon Rayner is going to have to really get it. Well, Brandon Kruger, who has been bouncing in and out with connection issues. Ooh, boy, this is going to be a monumental run. Mahiath Musa in 2nd place. Henry Mayer in 3rd. Don't count him out. I mean, this is going to be a proper chase. Brandon Kruger up into 4th. Needs to make up a bit of time here. The Bego Krobler lying in 5th. Christoph Peterson in the lone Honda in 6th. Mac van der Merwe feeling the pressure from Ryan Barrington-Smith, still on his tail. Ryan doing a little bit of paint rubbing up against Tiernis Porter. Goes and gets that pass done and dusted as they launch their way through. Hard on the brakes, tries to go for the send. Not going to be an easy time here for the run. Jude Neville chasing down in 9th place. Van der Race into the pits. That is going to have Jason Farmer opening an eye and saying whether he needs to go. And Gideon Rayner, who is getting a lot of support. Martinez going and saying that Gideon Rayner is going to be the one going for it. Wafty Waffles going and saying, listen, I'm going to put my money on Gideon Rayner. Putting all the bets down. Laying all the chips on the table. Andre Sorodio into the pits. Mahiath Musa, is he going to follow suit as he makes his way through the corkscrew? Henry Mayer close onto the tail. They're going to have to play a bit of a waiting game here. Who is going to throw down the cards first? Who's going to draw from the deck as they make their way through? Henry Mayer needs one more pit stop to get done and dusted. He is going to be keeping a very close eye on Gideon Rayner, who is making his way through. This is going to be a properly close one. Mahiath Musa into the box. Henry Mayer is going to go a little bit longer in the throw of it, not wanting to lose out. Brandon Kruger is going to come across the line. He's going to give it one more shot. Oh, man, this is going to be some proper run. So, a bit of a question coming in of if you guess correctly, do you get a prize? Well, I'm going to lean into it. This is going to be a proper run for you all. PokerBet is watching the grandstands. They're taking a look at how you guys are going and seeing all you in the VIP tent, and went and said, listen, how can we raise the stakes? What can we do next? What is going to be the most wild things that we can do? And, well, they've already jacked the prize up in winning cash, and PokerBet credits 150,000 Rand. But what we've seen is they're going to keep you guessing. They're going to keep you wondering. Even me, finding out at the last minute saying, hey, listen, guys, we are going to do something that no one goes and battles out. No one's going to understand how this is going to work as they look to stand on the top of the charts. Bernard Barkes is saying, unfortunately, he's caught out, and that is why he is, unfortunately, a little bit further down than planned. Bernard Barkhazen, who is, well, chatting, is currently over here, folks. 31st position, and I think he is going and having a monumental run. He's getting someone to chat for him. Well, they are talking. So he's radioing to the grandstand saying, please go and let everyone know. This is what I'm saying. Absolutely tremendous stuff. So Bernard, well done, bud. You've got a serious good team to be able to be in the grandstands, and you radioing in the whole time. Absolutely proper running. Mac van der Merwe and Ryan Barrington-Smith still keeping close to one another. They're going to be staring at the back of Paul Fenter, who's ahead of them in the Aston Martin, with Mac van der Merwe saying, please don't hold me up, as Ryan is right on the back of him. Ryan radioing in saying, hey, Paul, listen, let's play a little bit of a game here. Let's have a bit of fun. Paul Fenter saying, no, buddy. If you're going to play it at the cards, if you're going to play it at the high table, well, prepare to work for it. You're not going to have a little bit of a team game here. So this is going to be a proper run all the way through, up around the corner. Barrington-Smith still keeping the charge, 0.3 of a second. But eyes are on the prize at the moment. Gideon Rayner up into 10th place. Mahath Musa into 11th are our net first place at the moment with a new set of tyres on their cars. They are trying to push themselves that little bit more and hopefully into the winning fight, as Henry Mayer's out in first place. He's opened up a 3.7 gap to Andres Rodio, who will be radioing back to Mahath Musa and saying, hey buddy, this is what's going on, this is what the score is. Fleming Bauer getting out of the way, allowing a bit of a fight to go on, as Fleming Bauer actually loses out to Dean Nokia in doing so. Dean saying, alright buds, I'm going to get past, this is going to be a proper time. This is gonna be a proper chase all the way through. Late on the brakes, Dean tries to go defensive. Fleming Bauer tried his luck, couldn't get it done and dusted, and will have to wait it out. But back into our top 10 fight, Ryan Barrington-Smith, Mac van der Merwe, they are going blow for blow at one another, calling each other's bluffs on the way through, and really showing off an absolute level of talent, which is going to be a monumental one. I think setting up a brilliant rivalry come the end of the season. Mac van der Merwe and Ryan Barrington-Smith having a good go at one another. Kevin Jacobs into the pits, so he's getting his final pit stop done and dusted. Vietia Buerta needs to get his pit stop. Yako Kutsa, Daniel Rowe, Jason Farmer, Jude Neville, Ryan Barrington-Smith, Mac van der Merwe, Christoph Peterson along with Bago Krobler, Brandon Kruger, Andre Sorodio, and Henry Mayer still need to get those pit stops done and dusted. It's going to be a late call at this point. 17 minutes to go, and Ryan Barrington-Smith not opting to lose any time. Gets into the pits. Mac van der Merwe is watching his mirrors and now suddenly having his buddy disappear behind him. One, a sigh of relief. Two, stress kicks in because, oh boy, was the undercut going to be the pass that's going to make it work? Jude Neville says, okay, let me have a good go at him. I'm going to try and chase him down. 10 seconds off the back of Mac van der Merwe, but valuable in terms of information to start feeding it back towards the front. Fleming Bauer onto the back of Dean, who is caught up behind some proper back markers at the moment, as that looks to be Andre Sorodio that is making his way through. Yep, Andre Sorodio, who's running in second place at the moment, has a brawling Dean Nokia and Fleming Bauer right behind him. It is fight night for these two, and they are going to be giving it everything they got. Mahath Musa getting the dive on Ryan Barrington's, well, going for try to get the pass on Ryan Barrington-Smith. Ryan getting out in 9th position. Myeth Musa going to try and chase him down. Gideon Rayner up into 8th, folks. We went and said, who is your bet on this one? Leon going and saying, well, I'm going to guess Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe's a little bit down the order. He's in 11th position, 1 stop to go, so I wouldn't put my money on him. But he is making up a fair amount of time. Mac van der Merwe now into the pits, going and trying to get the overcut on Ryan Barrington-Smith, and also over the likes of Gideon Rayner. Jude Neville going to do exactly the same. 26 minutes left to this race. And it is going to be a proper run all the way through. Gonna go late on the brakes. Myeth Musa gets past, done and dusted. So let's go through our running order as it stands. Henry Mayer in first place, followed by Andre Serradio, Brandon Kruger, Bego Krobler, Christoph Peterson, Gideon Rayner, Mac van der Merwe on his way out, as Ryan Barrington-Smith coming over the hill, looking to try and get the pass done and dusted. Gideon Rayner has made the pass. Ryan Barrington-Smith's going to try his luck. Nope, going to get stuck behind Mac van der Merwe. Henry Mayer goes off track. Henry Mayer off track once again. And now losing a bit of time. Door to door, Duplessis. Oh, getting a light little shove there through the final corner. So, Henry Mayer now lost out a bit of time. There is still lots to go on. Goes out wide. Oh boy, Henry Mayer making mistakes after mistakes at this point. Was running a faultless race. Then got off the track. Then tried coming back. And now it seems to be the same problem again, as he just outbraked himself into the distance and returns back onto circuit, just going door to door with Duplessis, who will be radioing in saying, listen, this is the fight ahead. Interesting fight for third, though. Andre Serradio, Brandon Kruger, both still needing to do the mandatory pit stops, both going side by side, not giving an inch at this point. On the way through, slight little bit of door knocking there. Fleming Bauer, though, is lost out a lot of time to Dean Nokia, watching Brandon Kruger having a good go for the inside. Second guesses Andre Serradio at the moment. Andre keeping on the gas to BMW on the way through, trying to figure out what he can do. Now there's 2 ways you can play this, and Andre Serradio is going to either go a long game or get the likes of Brandon Kruger very, very close to his nose, then quickly step into the pits. Nope, he's not going to do that. He's going to play it nice. Ooh, good game, good game. Sticking to the original strategy at this point, going in for the long haul, waiting it out. 1 hour, 20 minutes of racing that is being had here for round number 1 at Laguna Seca. And it looks like Andre Serradio is just soaking in all the fun as Brandon Kruger goes and throws down his next set of cards to try and get the drive. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of oversteer. Fleming Bauer keeping on to the back of him, and he's going to be radioing in to Henry Mayer saying, don't concern yourself. These two are in a proper fight. They are rolling at the table, and I'm just going to watch this all play out like one big poker game. It leaves you sitting on the edge, waiting for the opportunity. Who's going to call each other's bluff at this point? Is Brandon Kruger trying to bait a move out of Andre Serradio. And Andre going and replying with, just going to hold his line, not going to watch his mirrors at this point. Following into the corkscrew, does take a very tight line, stops dead on the apex. Going to try and get a better drive out of the corkscrew, where Brandon Kruger, fighting for second place, has an option here. Now, if I was Brandon Kruger, I'd keep right onto the back of Andre Serradio, show that I've got a little bit of cards in my hand, and then quickly step into the pits. No, he's going to go to the outside here, as Serradio goes to defend the inside line, didn't get the drive, going to walk him out to the fringes. Side by side they go, Serradio and Kruger giving everything they got, and Fleming Bauer just going and moving left to right. He's saying this is going to be a proper fun. I'm going to just watch this go. Side by side, Kruger getting a little bit forced out, and now immediately has Serradio over his nose. But as pointed out, this is going to help Gideon Rayner, as Gideon in 6th is going to get fed this information of, hey, listen, Brandon Kruger and Serradio are in a fight. They still got one more pit stop. You got to get off to Peterson, and you got to get onto the back of these two. Side by side they go again. Monumental running. These drivers are not backing out. Fleming Bauer is just trying to figure out where to go at this point. Isn't it Fleming Bauer? No, yes it is. It's Fleming Bauer. And he gets the pass down and dusted. Andre Sorodio and Brandon Kruger having a slight bit of a knock. Oh, my heavens, under braking. Brandon Kruger, huge set. Fleming Bauer says, listen, okay, you guys go for it. This is getting a little bit hot at the table. I'm going to just take my chips where I fall right now, which is currently in 16th position. I don't want to lose out any time here. You try and make your way through. This is going to be a monumental run. 11 minutes to go, and still the pit stops to play into it. So much on the cards. Brandon Kruger holding that inside line, tries to heave over for the inside line. Andre Sorodio not backing out of it. Goes for a tight line. He's outbraked himself. Sorodio's outbraked himself. Swings across the nose of Fleming. And Fleming having to just take avoiding action. Brandon Kruger gets the pass. Done and dusted. Sorodio got to try and come back at him. Going to go late on the brakes here. Tries to make up for the time. How much life has been taken out of these tires on the way through. Brandon Kruger, who has got a new set of tires, but still one mandatory to go. How much of his life has been taken out of his tires? Boy, this is going to be a monumental ride. Sorodio has an option to play here. And now takes a look to his mirrors, because not far behind is 4th place, Bego Krobler, closing up that gap. Now 3.4 seconds right behind him. Christoph Peterson will be keeping an eye out, because he's got one more pit stop to go. He's currently 30 seconds ahead of Gideon Rayner, but that doesn't mean that he's out of the hot seat just as yet. 9 minutes and 57 seconds to go. We've seen drivers go for a late stop. Is this going to be the option? No. First, second, third, fourth, all continuing to carry on. Will Peterson go for the pass? Fleming Bauer going for a launch up on the inside. He is a lap down, unlaps himself. He's going to run into the toe here, and this is going to help Andre Sorodio if he doesn't get too bottled up, as he's just done. Sorodio getting bottled up, losing out a bit of time, and now is going and losing out 2.5 seconds. But the car that was running right behind him is Bernard Barkhuizen, who's saying, well, I got caught out here. I'm going to follow you through. There's no point of me landing up in a bit of a problem. Your fight is different to my fight, but I am going to try and give you a rough time all the way through. It's going to be a proper charge through. So just leaning on the inside mirror there, trying to let him know, hey, listen, let me go. Let me get past you, and I can give you the toe. You want that advantage? You want to go in with that extra sneaky cards to launch your way through? You want that ace up your sleeve? Well, let me have a shot at it. I'll try and pull you along, but I don't think that Andre Sorodio is listening at the moment. He is going to be on the monumental charge to make his way through. Gideon Rayner, though, oh, man, into the dirt. Rayner putting it into the dirt. The number 55 that has been gaining. Now looks like he had an unfortunate loss as we jump on board with him. Looking to the outside, trying to carry the momentum through. Oh, over the curb a little bit too much. Pressure starting to weigh in as the drivers trying everything they can. Gideon Rayner needs to try and dial it back a little bit. He has got the advantage. Sorodio into the pit, so he is going to make the pass on Sorodio, but I know where he's looking. I think we all have an idea of where he's looking, how far up the road. Well, actually, no, he might not have the go-ahead here, as it looks like he's getting caught up behind one of the Pandacity BMWs, and now Sorodio will be getting back onto position. Gideon Rayner will not be able to get it. That time off circuit has cost him 5th position, and now Sorodio, lying in 5th, has a net 1st place on the cards here for him, as he has gained a position over, well, it's gained a bit of time for Christoph Peterson, Bego Krobler, Brandon Kruger, and Henry Mayer, who still need a pit. Daniel Rose still needs pit. Vietia Burta still needs pit. Anushka Burta saying while she's busy working, she is keeping her eyes on the prize here, looking at the amazing racing that's happening out on track. and is trying to work out frantically who is going to be at the top of the charts. And we'll be listening in to Vietia shouting from his rig saying, come on, car, I want to get this. I'm going to lay my cards on the table here for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. There's a prize for the winners of every race, and I want to push as hard as I can. I want to score those championship points, and with 150,000 Rand in cash and PokerBet credits on the line, 8 races to get it done and dusted. You cannot afford to lose out the opportunity. And if you want to be a winner like our drivers, ensure that you click the link down in the bottom, or take that PokerBet link, put it into your browser, go and sign up with PokerBet and start winning today with PokerBet. Absolutely incredible stuff. And let them know who sent you here at RACEFACE.PRO, joining up with one of the biggest prize pools in South Africa's sim racing history. And that is no easy feat. I can tell you, has got everyone standing up from the grandstands, working out, seeing how it's all going to play out. Henry Mayer out in first place. Has got 5 minutes and 36 seconds to get the pit stop done and dusty. He's through turn 1, turn 2, so he's going to leave it to last. Brandon Kruger is going to go out a little bit longer. Bego Krobler in third. Fourth place, Christoph Peterson, who is trying to break away. He's 27 seconds ahead of Andre Sorodio. Remember, a pit stop is 28.7 seconds of time lost. He's got to make up that deficit. At the moment, Sorodio is 27.8 seconds, so he's just going to get ahead. And he's got the likes of Gideon Rayner trying to chase him down. The rivalry still carrying on. Mac Fundermerva and Ryan Berg-Smith right on the back of one another. And Mahaith Musa in the big purple machine goes there. Really looks good. Getting a bit of pressure put onto the Ryan Barrington-Smith. The Logistical Nightmare Racing Aston Martin is chasing down Mac Fundermerva, the KSL Vibe team, vibing out as he launches his way through. Currently lying in 7th position. Daniel Rowe in 10th. Will lose out that position, unfortunately, due to his final pit stop. Is going to drop him out of the order after a nightmare start where he got twisted around and thrown back into the field. Massive damage, but still from 30th to 10th at the moment. It's no easy feat, so hats off to him on that. Drivers playing every bit of game possible as they launch their way through. Henry Mayer now needs to go and close down the gap. He needs to try and open it up. 10.4 seconds between himself and Brandon Kruger. Who's going to pull the trigger here first between the two of them? It's going to be a close one. Brandon needs to really start reeling in the position. And Peterson now into the pits. So he's going to get it done and dusted. Is it going to be enough? Because Andre Sorodio is coming by. Pit exit. Is Peterson rolling? Yes, he is. Hang on. We may see a race here. Peterson may have done enough to keep ahead of Sorodio. He's exiting pit lane. On the power, off the pit limiter. Here comes Sorodio across. So Sorodio up into 4th place. Gideon Rayner, though, will not get the pass done. He is going to lie in 6th place, trying to get past one of the hybrid racing Ferraris, and now is on the climb once again. So Sorodio up into 4th place. 3rd place is a very, very big chance for him to go and walk away with it, maximizing points, maximizing prizes, and this is a great time to be part of the PokerBet GT3 Championship powered by RACEFACE.PRO. Ryan Barrington-Smith having a bit of a great race as he's in a fight as he makes his way through. Brandon Kruger now into the pits, trying to get rolling before Sorodio comes back at him, who's coming down the corkscrew. Brandon Kruger will be getting himself going. Is he exiting pit lane? Yes, he is. And where is Andre Sorodio? Sorodio's not going to get it. Sorodio is not close enough to Brandon Kruger. So Brandon Kruger will take 3rd place at this point unless something happens, but has an option to go after 2nd place. Bego Krobler is going to leave it to last. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen, of our pit window. After that, if you have not done your pit stop, you will get a penalty, which means for the final 10 minutes of the race, we are going racing. It will be a sprint race down to the wire, but let's talk about a battle happening. Mac Fadamerva, Ryan Bergson-Smith, Mahath Musa, all over the back of one another, trying to work out what's going to go. Oh, we just saw Ferrari off into the wall. What's one of the hybrid racing cars? That was Eric Kirstein into the wall. And the drivers going and taking note of the yellow flag, backing out of it. Henry Mayer, Bego Krobler, both into the pits. Now this is going to be an option. Will Brandon Kruger be close enough to make the impact here? Will he get the pass done and dusted? Henry Mayer will be rolling. Bego Krobler will be trying to get the pit stop done and dusted. Henry Mayer is out and rolling. Bego Krobler stopped in the pits. Brandon Kruger trying to make his way through. Caught behind one of the PWSR cars. He is trying his luck. Bego Krobler now rolling. It is going to be close. See them in shot. It is going to be nail-biting. Brandon Kruger gets the pass done. He's into second place. 8 seconds behind Henry Mayer. Henry is rolling. Now needs to try and open up the gap. He is 9 seconds ahead of Brandon Kruger. Brago Krobler down into third. Andre Sorodio into fourth. And Christoph down into fifth. Along with Gideon Raider in 6th position. Just hasn't worked out for him. Mac Fadamerva, Ryan Bergson-Smith all over the back of one another as they try to close up the time. But it is going to be a monumental fight. It's Mahath Musa trying to stay into the fight. 10 minutes to go. 24 seconds left of the pit stops. Everyone has done their pit stops. And we are going racing, folks, for the final 10 minutes of this round 1 of the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. It is now the final house call for every single one of our races. It is the charge on that's needed. Jim calls it out. Pit window is now closed. Game on. Let's go as we charge on for the final 9 minutes and 45 seconds to score the points for the championship of 150,000 Rand in cash and PokerBet credits. And every race we handing away a prize, because if that doesn't just add to it, well, I don't know what you are watching, because this is nail-biting stuff. And it is going to be a proper run. Reginald jumping into the virtual grandstands. He was in our Pro-Am stands, was in 28th. Unfortunately, having a disconnect and dropping out of the race. So he is now just watching our pros. Oh, heart goes out to old Reg. He's an absolute legend in his own right. And now getting to watch the best of the best. Racing it out, giving it everything he can. And Bernard Barkhuizen saying, thanks for letting me go earlier in the race. So Bernard saying a shout out to thank you for letting him go and getting racing. So how's that for a bit of a challenging time? So 7th, 8th, and 9th place still running line astern. Henry Mayer up into first. Brandon Kruger into second place. Bego Krobler in third. Andre Sorodio in fourth. And Peterson in 5th place. Gideon Rayner in 6th. And 7th, 8th, and 9th is still onwards. A monster of a charge. Mac Fadamerva trying to defend, trying everything he can. Ryan Bergson-Smith inside, outside, looking. Bernard saying, no, he's Bernard Barkhuizen. Do apologize. Ryan Bergson-Smith trying to make up some time. Looks around the outside. Going to gain a little bit of drive. Couldn't get the pass done. He's into the slipstream, though. This is going to be helpful as one of the angry racing Porsches are ahead. Looks around the outside. Lays on the brakes. Can he get it all sunk in? Myers Musa putting his nose in. Couldn't get the pass done. This is going to be close between them. And all fighting it out for 7th position. And all are 0.3 of a second between one another. There is a back mark ahead of them. And it's just going to be a charge to the line. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Oh, it's going to be a big senior. Mahath Musa not hanging back. He is going to really put in the time. He's going to put in the pace. And Ryan Bergson-Smith has got the drive. He's going to go for a move. Backs out of it. Calling a bit of a bluff there. waiting to see if Mac van der Merwe is going to move across. He did not. He's going to defend it out. Up into the corkscrew, late on the brakes. Can they go for the inside line? Mac van der Merwe keeping close. Will be starting to worry at the moment as he's got Ryan Barrington-Smith all over the back of him. As we jump to the cockpit of Ryan Barrington-Smith, he can see the back marker there. He's trying to line it up. He's watching the mirror intently at the moment to see what's going to happen. Mac van der Merwe tries to go for a tight inside line. Couldn't get it under braking. Lost out a bit of drive. And this is going to be it. But we do have a change-up. Henry Mayer in first. Brandon Kruger in second. Andre Sorodio into third. Krobler's gone. Hold on. Bago Krobler has disconnected. Bago Krobler has disconnected in the final 6 minutes of this race. We have lost Bago Krobler out of the race. So what was looking like a third has now all changed. Andre Sorodio is going, hey, listen, I'm here. But that also does go and put in for a fact that third and fourth place are only 0.8 of a second on one another. Sorodio is going to have to get elbows out here as Peterson's all over the back of him. Looks left, looks right, tries to go for the pass. Couldn't get it done and dusted. He's going to have to wait it out. Third place is all on top of one another with 5 minutes to go. And there is racing up and down through the field. There is highs, there's lows, there's heartache, and there's thrills and spills. We're seeing it all here tonight with over 100 entries for the season. And round one really lighting up the fire with everyone on a charge to ensure that they stand up. Oh, my explicit contact with Ryan Barrington-Smith. Rearward contact between the two of them. And that has thrown Ryan Barrington-Smith and Mahiath Musa out of the fight with the likes of Mac van der Merwe, who will be breathing a sigh of relief at the moment. Daniel de Villiers has got Sean Herrera and Jaco Kutza all over the back of him. But I want to go and see that Mahiath Musa run and see what exactly from in the cockpit happened on the way through. Tries to get it done. This is a big, big send. Late on the brakes. Oh, a little too late. Tried. Oh, but the contact did wait up, though. I do want to go and take my hat off. There's a gentleman's agreement in sim racing, and that is if you land up causing an incident, you need to ensure that you give the position back. And now he has done so. So a little bit of a tip of the hat there, saying, sorry, bud. Didn't quite work out, and I cost us a bit of time there. You get ahead, and they pull their way through. Fleming Bauer all over the back of Daniel Rowe, who had a monumental qualifying. Not a great start to the race, but his hybrid racing in 3 in a row with Fleming Bauer having to work his way through. Dean Nokia after Jude Neville hoping to break into that top 10 as they make their way around the track. Everyone fighting it out. 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in this monumental race. Jude Neville defending against Dean, who has been on a monster charge for the Griffin Sim Racing as he tries to make up a bit of time. And Fleming Bauer, unfortunately, having a bit of an incident. The number 4 not having a good time out there. This was behind Daniel Rowe. Late on the brakes. A little bit late on the brakes. A little too late, actually, on the brakes. He's able to get the pass. Oh, a bit of a tag slapper. Tries to move across. Tianis Puerta, though, gets a little bit of contact on the snag. And that's through. Fleming Bauer down the order there. Side by side between Jude Neville and the likes of Dean Nokia, who is fighting it out with one another. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Henry Mayer in first. Brandon Kruger in second. Andre Sorodia in third. And then Christoph Peterson lying in fourth. Gideon Rayner in sixth. Fifth. Sixth place is Mac van der Merwe. Ryan Barrington-Smith. Mahiath Musa. Rian van der Race. Jude Neville. Dean Nokia running in 11th place. Oh, Dean going out wide. Following the likes of Jude Neville off the track. Getting sucked in at the moment. And that, unfortunately, goes and loses out a position for Jude. Dean saying, thank heavens I gotten past, and now I can concentrate on the battle. Third place is still up for grabs though, folks, because Christoph has gained a bit of time. He is now 1 second behind Andre Sorodio, but look who is in the mirrors. Gideon Rayner, 1.3 seconds. Third, fourth, and fifth are now within 3 seconds of one another. Make it 2. Christoph Peterson's closed up the gap. This is going to be a race for the final 1 minute and 40 seconds. Andre Sorodio is going to fight for his life here. Christoph Peterson and Gideon are all on for a charge. Gideon needs to really work his way through here. He is braking a little too late, cost out a little bit of time. Peterson immediately onto the back of Sorodio. Both of them taking the inside line. This is going to be a monumental run. Third place on the cards. It's going to have to be a launch here. Oh, it says contact just ahead of them. And it's a mind out of the way. Gideon Rayner's got the run on Christoph. He's got the run. Can he carry it through? Was misfortune played in the hands of Christoph? Gideon Rayner has got the opportunity. He's onto the back. Going for fourth place. Late to the brakes. Gets the send done. Can he carry it through? Stops dead. Comes across. Christoph tries to get the position back. The Honda utilizing everything it can. Not having enough VTEC there. Gideon Rayner into fourth with third place just ahead of him. 40 seconds to go. Gideon Rayner has an opportunity here for third place. Andre Sorodio doing everything he can. Sees one of the PWSR cars ahead of him and says, listen, mate, you got to go. I can't hang around. Third place is on the cards here, and I don't want to lose out. I'm not going to roll this dice. I'm going to play it aggressive, and if you're in the way, I'm going to go for that send because it is the high-stakes table. There is no safety net catch here. It is hero or zero. Nothing at the opportunity. They caught up behind him through the corkscrew. That is detrimental. Leader is on the final lap, as we've just heard it from Jim. Henry Mayer is on the final lap. We are watching third place falling apart right now in front of us. Gideon Rayner has an opportunity fighting with the PWSR. And it looks like Andre Sorodio up on the inside. Didn't work out for him. Gideon Rayner is on the gas. Side by side they go, heading into turn 1. This is going to be a race and a half, and it's all about keeping it all together. And the PWSR car that's just ahead needs to move out of the way. And it looks like Andre Sorodio bottled up into turn 1. Gideon Rayner into third place is now needing to try and fight it out. Sorodio doing everything he can, trying to make up as much time as possible. Henry Mayer's in first. Brandon Kruger is in second, but Gideon Rayner may make an opportunity to get in third place. Andre Sorodio trying to tear that away from him on the way through. This is going to be nail-biting to the end. It is going to be it for both these drivers, laying it all on the line. Everyone, last lap sends needed. Who's going to get it? Gideon Rayner lost out a little bit of drive going up towards corkscrew. Andre Sorodio onto the back of him, going late on the brakes into the corkscrew. It's made up the time. 0.3 of a second. Gets a tail snap. And Henry Mayer's across the line. Gideon Rayner now needs to battle it out. It's going to be a final corner situation, folks. Brandon Kruger in second place. Gideon Rayner in third. Andre Sorodio has an opportunity. He has one corner to go. Will he go for the send? He's too far back. He is way too far back. He has called it quits. And Gideon Rayner taking third place after it all. Andre Sorodio losing it on the final lap. Getting bottled up behind one of our back markers. Christoph Peterson falls into fifth place with Mac van der Merwe on the back of him. Ryan Barrington-Smith into seventh position. Eighth, Mahath Musa. Ruan van der Race. And Dean Nokia taking out that top 10 for round 1 of the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship here at Laguna Seca. June Neville comes across the line. He will be holding the likes of 11th position, keeping back Duplessis, who's just too far back to get that send done and dusted. Daniel Rowe, on one of the most sterling runs to the line, will come across the line in 13th position after falling way back to 30th, 31st position. Fleming Bauer in 14th, Jason Farmer in 15th, Daniel the Hitman de Villiers in 16th, 17th, Jaco Kutza, Sean Rivera, Ryan Ferree along with Viatia Buerta, Kevin Jacobs, Ruan Heineke, Werner Skuman, Bernard Barkhuis, and Tianas Buerta. Brett Kokamp finishing up in 26th. 27th is Conor Bergstrom, Paul Fenter, Keegan Sanderson, Sean Fafiers, along with Ruan Kleinans, Eric Hussein, and Gerry van Sale, rounding out our positions. Oh boy, let's go up to the commentary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are absolutely blown away by the awesome racing we have just witnessed. The close calls, the absolute charge backs from all our drivers. And I don't know about you guys, but I was up on my feet. If the microphone wasn't attached to a tripod and that I was holding, I think it would be up in the air with excitement to the end. I really need to get a headset for the microphone, because there is no ways you could sit down with that monumental fight. And we're going to take a look at some of the highlights of the race. Henry Mayer took the win here at round 1 of the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship. And we're going to be having a chat to the drivers as they come through. First to come and have a chat to us, though, is going to be our race winner. Last night he got the win, and now tonight he gets the win for the Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give a round of applause, a mega drive to Henry Mayer. But what a race. I mean, let's take it through what happened. You went from first. You saw Daniel Rowe, unfortunately, lose out on the start. You eventually dropped down into third position, having the two teammates ahead of you. Suddenly, they had it coming together. You back up the running order. It was just to and fro once again. A monumental run that you had to just give it everything you got, with only 8 seconds ahead of Brandon Kruger at the line.
Yeah, Brandon had good pace at the end. I almost missed the race. I actually got home 20-8. So I almost missed it, but it was a good race at the end. Sorry for Rowe and Barkhuis and them, who had the collision at the beginning. I think it would have been a good race between all of us.
Well, it was a great race to see it going on. But I mean, first place was just a monumental run. How are you feeling? You took first last night for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series. That was a 45-minute slug-out fest. And now with the Thursday night, the RACEFACE.PRO and PokerBet GT3 Championship, with the massive prize pool of 150,000 Rand on the cards in cash and PokerBet credits. Plus, to sweeten the deal, PokerBet is handing away prizes every single race, which means you have qualified for that prize just to sweeten that first place and maximizing the points. How's that make you feel?
Well, that's fantastic news, to be honest. The more prizes, the better, I guess.
And considering you nearly missed it, I think next time you're going to be setting up timers to ensure that you're getting quite to the race a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that was kind of unplanned. Breakdowns and stuff happen at unexpected times, but we managed to pull through.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Henry Mayer, being the king, got the ace in the pocket and walking away with the win. Henry, what would you like to say to our title sponsor, PokerBet, our associate sponsors, and all our petrol heads watching now and in the future that have been cheering you on, and also to all those that are looking into the sim racing saying, wow, this is what the pros are all about?
Just a massive thanks to RACEFACE, PokerBets, and all the other sponsors. Thanks for all the viewers. Without you, we couldn't do it.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Henry Mayer, enjoy the champagne. You have earned it. And the PokerBet VIP lounge is all yours.
Thanks, Steve.
Incredible stuff there. Well, let's bring in second place, Brandon Kruger. Brandon Kruger, welcome to the commentary box. Second place on the cards. What a race for you. It's been ups and downs, thrills and spills, but you got that second place. You took the gamble of a later pit stop compared to your teammate. How are you feeling walking away with a second place and walking away with some good points for the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship, and considering the prize pool on the line of 150,000 Rand, once again, of cash and PokerBet credits on the line? I'm sure there's a lot running through your mind. Take us through that race.
Yeah, I'm mega surprised, mega happy. The evening before, I was abysmal around here. I couldn't carry momentum through the corners. My braking was horrendous. I didn't know where to brake for the final corner. And then tonight, I put in some practice. I somehow got into the 21s. I was like, to Barclays, and we were in the chat. I was like, 21-6, 21-7, max out of me. And I somehow managed to get fourth on the grid. I was mega surprised. Very happy with that. And then just unfortunately what happened.
And it looks like we just lost Brandon Kruger
In the beginning, and it was just chaos behind us. That did allow Henry and I to like have a nice gap. But yeah, it was fun. It was just the entire race of chasing that man down. He's very quick. But yeah, it felt great around here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
I mean, that was an absolute monumental run. Well done, Brandon. And before I let you go, you got that second place. You were properly on it tonight. And what would you like to say to our title sponsor, PokerBet, and all the petrol heads that were cheering you on from the grandstands?
Well, thank you very much to PokerBet. That is a mega prize. I believe it's the largest in South Africa. But then again, to the largest sim organ in South Africa, that's what we deserve. So I'm very grateful for them. I'm happy Bathurst managed to get them on board. And yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. I love the turnout every week. I love the support that everyone's families and friends do and give us. It is much appreciated. And thank you for sticking around.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Well done, Brandon Kruger, on an absolutely monumental run.
Thank you, Stephen.
We're going to bring in our third place, and let's bring in the man that everyone's been cheering on, Gideon Renner. Welcome to the commentary box. You originally in the race thought you had it, lost it, and brought it back, and I can tell you out there in the grandstands, they are cheering it out. They are shouting from the rooftops. What a monumental run. And right at the line, last lap to go, you versus Andres Herodio. I mean, take us through that last lap, those final two laps in a monumental fight.
Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, I know that I think with 10 minutes to go, I asked the boys in Discord to just deafen me because I needed to full focus. Because I was catching like almost half a second to the guys that was battling in front. So I knew I had a chance if I just went full focus. And then the back marks in between in that last 10 minutes also caused some stressful moments. But yeah, they behaved well. And then Daniel de Villiers for giving me that slipstream on that final lap to get past Andres Herodio. I think that was just the one that gave me the podium at the end.
Well, that's it. Daniel going and being the joker in the deck that changed it all at the line. But, I mean, what a run from it. Did you think ever that you would be sitting after the race that you had back up into third place? I mean, at one point, we saw you and your teammate come to blows with one another early on. I mean, let's just take us through that.
Yeah, firstly the start that we had, I couldn't believe coming through the first corner and around the outside that I'm sitting P3 from P starting I think 8th. And then I think Henry had a big moment coming into the second last corner, and I saw him next to the racetrack, and me and Brandon 1-2, can't believe it. And then the next moment, I get a love tap from behind, But at the end, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna try my best, do my laps. See, I have the pace, so I should be able to get like a top 5 at the best. And then when I saw coming out of the pits, I think the Rodeo and I'm not sure who the Honda was, were like 8 seconds ahead of me, and I just knew, okay, now full focus, I can maybe still, if all luck runs in, I can maybe get a top 3, and it worked out.
Well, absolutely amazing. I think there's quite a few people that are saying driver of the day does fall in line with you. I think we actually need to get a driver of the day poll set up some way, somehow. But I mean, you got the P3. You went and showed off what you can do for round number 1 here at the RACEFACE.PRO PokerBet GT3 Championship with that massive prize pool on the line. Actually, the biggest in South African sim racing history. But with that being said, round 2 on the cards. You've got the momentum. What's running through your mind?
Just try my best to prepare well, because I know Monza is not really my strongest track. So I'll just do my best and yeah, take it from step by step and see how it goes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for our last driver interview, we're going to give the floor to Gideon Reina, also known as Marsh or Marshmallow if you really want to go down the road. You're going to have the floor is yours to all the petrol heads, to all our sponsors, and to PokerBet, who is watching intently with the race and taking a look at some of the messages that have been sent out. They are loving the action.
Yeah, firstly, I just want to say thanks to PokerBet for this massive sponsor for RaceFace. I think this is a big step in sim racing in the South African community. And also to Bertus for doing the effort and getting this massive sponsor aboard with Race, and Hansi with all the hard work behind the scene as well. Yeah, just thank you for hosting this massive revolutionary league. I think it's something big of starting in SA sim racing community.
It's going to be incredible stuff. Thank you very much, Gideon Reina, and well done on your 3rd place.
Thank you, Stephen.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Gideon Reina getting that 3rd place has properly put the charge in and had a monumental run. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we take a look at the highlights, let's take a look at what's coming up next week as we take a trip out to Monza to have a bit of fun. The Temple of Speed is where we're going to be launching it to the top for round 2 of our RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Championship. And we are going to be smiling from the rafters on this one. The fastest that your GT3 is going to go is going to be here at Monza. Plus, to just remind and reiterate to everyone, every race we're handing out a prize. And I'm going to let you know that the prize is going to be announced on their social media. So, oh, there we go. I know a couple of people are going to be, what? We've been waiting for it. Well, you best go and take a look at the PokerBet SA out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and just make sure that you go and see everything that is out. Sorry, X, not Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook at PokerBet SA. Also, head out to RaceFace.Pro out on Facebook. We will show you the prizes there and what our drivers have won. Yep. Tristan Herb's going, oh man, so close, so close. Don't worry, we'll make a plan. Just for you, Tristan, just for you, because we like you. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us. What an amazing race, what an amazing time. A big shout out to PokerBet for being our title sponsor. A big shout out to all our drivers, teams, and family members tuning in, you guys, the petrol heads, tuning in on a weekly basis. And also a massive shout out to all our associate sponsors for being part of the RaceFace family. We're going to see you next week, Tuesday night. We have got the next round on iRacing, so you make sure you want to be there with a monumental field of our iRacing version of the RaceFace.Pro GT3 Sprint Series. On Wednesday, we have got our RaceFace.Pro GT3 Sprint Series out on ACC. So our RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series on Wednesday, Thursday. will be the RACEFACE.PRO GT3 Championship. So make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button along with that bell notification icon. Let us know what was your favorite part of the race. And if you're looking forward to seeing how it all goes throughout the season, 8 races, 150,000 Rand on the cards. And we have got 3 servers, Pro, Pro-Am, and Am, all having their races to see who's going to be the top for Season 19. My name is Stephen Koenig from the THT Productions. And like always, say it with me, a good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody.